Welcome back. This is the next in the little videos. I'm going to talk today about the strategy part to go with that self-belief that we talked about last time. If you haven't seen that one yet, go back and watch it. I'm Dr. Libby Kemkaran, creator of TAME Your Brain, and this is a series of short videos explaining why you need both. You've got to have mindset married up with strategy, because otherwise there's a massive gap, and that gap is the difference between knowing what to do and doing what you know. I'm going to say that a lot. I'm going to say that over and over again in these videos. I'm delivering this free training for you guys because I've seen it really commonly told to you wrong, and that makes me cross. So I'm just doing this as a little bit of share the love for summer. I'm here in the glorious Suffolk wilds, and we're just going to do a short 7 minutes on what does it mean to get your strategy right around the self-belief. Now here's the thing, self-belief is a factor of lots of different influences on your life. We talked about that last time, but how that plays out can only change once you've got that self-belief beginning to be steadied up. So you need to get pillar one rock solid. Then after that you can start to implement the different behaviours that are going to change your life forever. And I genuinely can say this, having done it myself. I know that we can help you never procrastinate again. We can help you start making healthy eating choices. We can help you begin to eliminate the phobias and fears that hold you back. When we use our neurobiochemistry properly and we use the neuroscience of success, guess what? Life becomes a lot more ease and grace and flow than like wading through treacle. So let me explain habits. It's a really important subject and one that I'm really passionate about because it changed my life when I realised this. Depending on what brain type you are, if you're that cheetah brain that races off at 70 miles an hour and runs full tilt at everything but then suddenly goes, oh, bright shiny penny, and gets distracted and stops. Or you've got that slight fear of failure that the lion brains have, where you're just like, if I don't do this right, people won't like me, and you fear rejection more than anything. Or if you're that leopard brain, which is all about precision and context and delivery and wanting a fair deal for everybody. Or if you're that tiger brain that's that steely, precise data analysis. Don't give me the fluff, don't talk to me too much, just give me the facts. Whichever one of these four brain types you are, you'll view habits in a very different way. And habits are so pivotal to success in business. There's no one habit that you need to be successful in business. There's a whole gamut of them, and they all go together. So I coach entrepreneurs, I help coaches build their business, I help consultants build their business. I also help large enterprises like Merck Pharmaceutical build their business. And I go in and train on the strategy of sales and the strategy of success. This is one of the biggest pieces to get right. So where do habits come from? They come from your beliefs about what you should be doing. They come from your beliefs about what is it that makes the magic happen. If you're a cheap brain, I'm willing to bet you've probably bought 5 or 6 courses over the last 24 months. And I'm willing to bet you thought each time, this is the one that will solve it for me. And if you're a lion, you probably fall in love with various different people who are in the public stage where you can see videos like this and you go, oh, I love their work, I love what they do. And you know, depending on your brain type, again, you'll have different beliefs around it. You can see how the two are linking together, right? So here's the thing, when we look at habits, what we're talking about is aggregate gain. We're talking about a 1% difference. Did you know, for example, that a plane, once it takes off, in those old days when we used to fly to holidays, once a plane takes off, it is off course for 98% of the time that it's in the air. But what does it do? It course corrects. So it constantly gets blown off course by a gust of wind, course corrects back to where it's going. It constantly gets taken around a flock of birds or a storm, course corrects to where it's going. Why is that important? Because if you don't have clarity, if you don't have knowledge of your outcome, if you don't know where you're going, how do you know how to course correct? And this is where your habits come in. Your habits are the output, they're the final output once you've determined your vision. Once you know where you're going and you know your path, the habits are what get you there or don't. You literally have to ask yourself, does this get me closer to or further from my goal? But to do that, you've got to know your goal, right? Yeah. So guess what? We're going to do that next session. We're going to talk more about the strategy around goal setting and how you work out your vision and where you're going. So here's the thing. Habits can be really healthful or they can be really unhelpful. There's a brilliant clip that I want you to go and look up called Make the Boat Go Faster, which is by an Olympian rower. And they had this saying where they said to themselves when they were making any decision like, shall I go to the pub tonight? And they'd go, do I want to go to the pub? Yeah, I do, yeah, I really do. But will it make the boat go faster? No, it won't, no, it won't. And so they wouldn't go to the pub, and instead they'd get up at 6 a.m. and pull another 5K on their oars. So we look at all our decisions with a do I want it or do I need it filter. And as soon as you start looking at that and filtering out your habits in the terms of what is this doing for me? So I'm here in this lovely outside space. This is something I insist on building into my life, getting at one with nature at least once a week. Why? Because it's a habit that's really, really healthy to do. And whilst I feel it slows me down in the moment, whilst I'm feeling, okay, I'm not at my desk, I'm not busy, I'm not doing the doing work. Yeah, but what does it do? It allows you to change your brain biochemistry. You can engage more with the parasympathetic rest and repair biochemistry, the magic of GABA, oxytocin, all the endorphins that help your body to move to the next level. If you're constantly in amygdala hijack, if you're constantly being triggered with cortisol and you haven't built this in as a habit, guess what, guys? You are on a path to burnout. It might not happen today, but there will come a point where your body goes, oh, I've done too much. And then you have to go into the rest and the repair, the mindless scrolling on Facebook. You probably know what I'm talking about, right? And you do that because you've lived too much in the blue light zone. We can't live in what we call quadrant 1 behaviours too often. We must spend time in the quadrant 2. That's doing things before they get to be urgent and important. Do them while they're just important. And being with nature is important. It is a habit that I want you to look at. They've got evidence that even just watching a tank full of fish for 10 minutes dramatically lowers your cortisol and repairs some of the biochemistry in your brain, which makes you more fit for the next load of achievement tasks that you have to do. Because the third system of our brain is the dopaminergic drive, and we want to move into that as much as possible. But we can't do that as a habit if we're constantly stuck in that amygdala hijack. Go, 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 run, fast, fight or flight. And by the way, guys, it's not just fight or flight, there's also freeze, friend or flop. There's the 5 Fs, which govern your behaviour when you're in that cortisol zone. So we need to be sure that we've got the repair time built in. So that's your habits. As I said, I'm going to come back and talk about energy management after this. Energy management is what I teach instead of time management. We've all got the same time in the day, but how you manage your energy tokens for it is really important. So when we talk about energy management, we're talking about habits. So let's go back to our plane to finish this off. I'm conscious of your time. I'll always keep these to under 9 minutes, usually coming at about 7 minutes. I've probably talked way too long for that already. But we're going to make these really short and snappy so that you can watch them again as well, because some of this information might be new to you. And when information is new, it takes a couple of goes around the board, like playing a new board game, before it becomes internalised and before you own it. Before that, it's just opinion, it's more knowledge. I want you to be inspired by it. I'm not here to informate, I'm here to inspirate. Inspire comes from the Latin word inflame, to blow into, to move from the inside. You don't need motivation when you've got inspiration, is the way to think about it. I'm not here to carrot and stick you. I'm not dangling my Lamborghini marketing at you saying, come and work with me and we'll make you a millionaire with no work at all. It's not like that. There's work involved and there's step-by-step involved as well, but I can help you do that too. So my program's called Tame Your Brain. If you sign up to the YouTube channel, you'll get all these updates for free. I teach this material in my course. I help people get to their 100k years with ease and grace, not with hustle and grind, and that's the difference. This can feel glorious, this can feel easy when you get your habits lined up, when you get your self-belief lined up, and all the other lovely things we're going to be talking about in this series of videos. So thanks for coming today. I'm Dr. Libby Kemkaran of Tame Your Brain. Make sure you've signed up to my YouTube channel and my mailing list, and we will see you again very soon.